Converging on your position.
Hang on! Light him up!
Actual, I got a situation here. Stay frosty, yeah?
Contact! 2 o'clock!
Front lines are history. The war rages everywhere. This is a time for heroes. A time for legends.
Microsoft purchased Activision. What are your initial thoughts out of the gate?
Wow! That was the first thought. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man, you know what I'm saying, Weapon X. He literally called me in the morning. He's like, yo, bro, you gotta call me ASAP, son. ASAP. I'm like, I bet. Like, you know, I was doing something. And he was like, yo, before I even saw it online, Weapon was like, yo, this is what happened. And I was like, what? Yo, this is crazy. So out the gate, I lost my mind, son. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Now, after I'm all hyped and excited, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, after all of that, then I was like really looking at it, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, that's Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, StarCraft, Call of Duty, yo, Diablo. Like this is crazy. So Xbox got a lot of games, like a lot more games in their roster. They need them, you know. It's a great look. And to me, you know me, I'm all about competition, and this is a great competitive move. So that's how I felt out the gate. I was blown away. I was excited. They dropped 70 billion on this. So that lets you know that, you know, Microsoft as a whole, as a conglomerate, is supporting the Xbox gaming division wholeheartedly. They putting their money where their mouth is for real. So it's exciting to see, and I think this is gonna be a big game changer on how the console, you know, wars start to, the landscape, how it starts to change right now.
A lot of gamers are speculating that Call of Duty will become exclusive. If it is, how does this change the landscape of the console war?
Now, this is the golden question right now. This is what everybody is like going crazy about. Now, let's play this out in scenarios. If Call of Duty does become an exclusive title on Xbox, right? Now you got to look at it from this standpoint. The reason why Call of Duty is #1 on the NPD charts every single year, like even right now, when you look at it, that's because it's on multi-platform. You know what I'm saying? So PlayStation make up most of the sales of Call of Duty. It used to be Xbox back in the 360 days and stuff like that, but now PlayStation make up the bulk of the Call of Duty sales, right? So, knowing that, if they decide to go exclusive to Xbox, where do they make this up at? Because you got to think about it, right? If they're not going to make it up in sales and they're going to have Call of Duty be a day one in Xbox Game Pass, well, I'm going to keep it real. Xbox Game Pass got 25 million subscribers right there. And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be on Call of Duty. So in terms of playing it, everybody's going to play it. But are they going to buy it? Like, that's the difference. And then you got to ask yourself, how many Xboxes need to be brought for the market share, you know, like to go up in Xbox favor for those fans of Call of Duty if they don't get a chance to play it on PlayStation anymore. So that's another thing. Then another thing you got to think about is it may not be exclusive at all. Like, it may come day and day on Game Pass, but you still got to spend $70 to get it on PlayStation. So you have 3 different scenarios here that you got to think about. Now, in the case of it going exclusive, this is one of the reasons why Sony is Sony. PlayStation always creates scenarios where they invest internally and they make their own games and blow them up so it could be competitive against whoever. Case in point, if you look at Halo and you look at a game like Destiny, when you say Halo, especially back in the day, it's over. Halo's iconic, like nothing is touching it. You know what I'm saying? It was like the best thing since four slices of bread. Like, that's how crazy it was, right? Now, and that was 2001 all the way up to now. Now, if you look at a game like Destiny, nobody ever would have thought that like Destiny would like surpass Halo, even in popularity and stuff like that. Destiny is now a better game, and it's more popular than Halo. You understand what I'm saying? So I said that to say this. As big as Call of Duty is, we know the talent with Sony. We're going to see how it plays out, obviously. But if history repeats itself, if Call of Duty stays exclusive, you better believe Sony got something that's going to be able to be competitive towards that. So stay tuned for that.
This move puts Xbox in the number 3 position behind Tencent and Sony in terms of gaming revenue. The next few years, do you think Xbox will be able to become number 1?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna tell you, that's a tough one. Now, here's the first thing. This also lets you know how big the gap is when it comes to gaming industry revenue. I'm talking strictly the gaming division of these companies, okay? Gaming division. The gaming division of Sony is number 1, Tencent number 2, and with this particular deal, Xbox is number 3. Now think about this for a second. It took a $70 billion deal in order for in order for Xbox to become number 3 in gaming division in the business. So that lets you know how far ahead Sony is in their business model and why it's working. So that's the first point. The second point is this, and this right here is scary right now. With Xbox becoming number 3 in this deal with all the games that they got, let's look at this. Let's compare it. Xbox, they got Ninja Theory with Hellblade, right? They got Call of Duty now. You know what I'm saying? They got Bethesda, so that means, Elder Scroll and Starfield. We don't know what that is yet, but everybody's hyped on it. Like, they got a lot of stuff. But then you got, on Sony's side, you got Wolverine, God of War, Horizon, Gran Turismo, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, Uncharted, it seems like it's much more of a battle, like taking it back to Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo days. It's more of a head-on, head-to-head battle now. But I feel that over the years with Xbox, if they remain exclusive and they take those games and that's like a reoccurring thing, I can see them moving into the second place spot. Becoming number 1, I don't see it. The reason why I don't see it is because at the end of the day, you don't need an Xbox to experience Xbox games. If you want to get a PC, you can get a PC, and now it's a lot cheaper to get PCs and still get great performance because of the technology that exists. But if you look on the PlayStation side, they still go in the traditional route, meaning that if I want to play God of War day 1, I need a PlayStation. If I want to play Horizon or stuff day 1, I need a PlayStation. And that's always going to be the reason why Sony remains number 1. They have the best development talent, they got the best gaming IPs, and their business model is the best. The reason why is because they're always going to create a scenario where you need a PlayStation versus only wanting it. Whereas on Xbox, whether you have an Xbox or a PC, you can want both, you can want one, but at the end of the day, you don't need the actual Xbox console to experience the Xbox ecosystem. And as long as that is intact, Sony will always be number 1. Period.
Will consumers accept a price hike from Xbox now that games like Call of Duty will most likely be day one titles on Game Pass?
See now, and this is what I was talking about. That's such a great question. This is what I was talking about before in terms of the devaluing of games, and now you're programming your audience as such. Now, what's one of the things that 360 back in the 360 days was going on? They programmed their audience to be like the ultimate first-person shooting console. Like everything was shooters, and it worked great on 360. Don't get me wrong, but it became the shooter console. So anything else that you put on it is it's like it got overlooked. You know what I mean? It didn't come off as this full variety of gaming choices. It was more about let me get that Gears, let me get that Halo, let me get that Call of Duty and go online. That's what it came down to. Now fast forward, look at what they're doing with their audience. Last year or the year before last, in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, right? Xbox wanted to do a price hike on Game Pass. Now think about this for a second. Game Pass is crazy valuable. Like that joint is a steal. It costs $1. Like let's say you didn't have Game Pass at all right now, and you spent $1. For $1, you could play Forza Horizon, Halo, all these major games for $1, son. $1. And then, it's I think $15 a month or whatever. So here's the issue. With the value that you are giving to the audience, it's a steal. And when the price hike came, nope, we don't. Why we gotta pay this? Why we gotta do that? Why we gotta do this? Now, to be honest, why wouldn't you? The value is still great. Look at what you're getting. And it was still a problem. It was still a problem. So now Microsoft went out and spent $70 billion. Amazing, huge deal. Biggest deal in the gaming industry. Call of Duty, all this other stuff, day and date, right? And there will be a price hike. Like that's good. I'm telling you right now. Like that's definitely gonna come. But if the industry still gets upset about a price hike, even with all of that, that's a problem. You wanna know why? Because now, because of the ease of access and things coming to the consumers so easily and free and stuff like that, now it's like, well, if this is how you're training us, why should we accept anything different? We like it like this. So why are you gonna change things? And that's the problem right there. So when the price hike come, y'all better support. These deals is too great for you not to support. Because if you don't support it, this is a long-term investment. It could go great or it could go bad. Remember, Xbox was almost cut off maybe 5 years ago. They was about to cut off Xbox because it only represented 13% of the whole company's revenue and business with Microsoft. They almost got rid of it. Now they're going all in. So if the company is going all in, for us, we gotta go all in to make sure we keep it. Remember that. Facts.
What does Sony need to do to remain competitive against Xbox and all these new deals that they're making?
Okay, now this is another big question, right? Sony just got to keep doing what they're doing. I'll say it again. All Sony got to do is keep doing what they're doing. First, a lot of people saying Sony need to go out and buy this and buy that. Sony already secured the studios that they wanted to secure. It's just that they operate different. Like Sony is adamant on making sure that they bring on the best talented teams for their business model. So the value of their games, even if you buy them at $70, you like, yo, look at what I got out of it. The quality is crazy. There's no game in the industry doing what these games is doing. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, look at Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. No game does that. Period. There's no game that you're going to play right now that's like you playing a CG movie. There's no loading. Like everything that was promoted and marketed to us, we got in that game and others that's coming. You understand what I'm saying? And it's been proven. You want to know why? Because even with a $70 billion investment, Microsoft is still number 3. Sony is number 1 over Tencent with the same business model. And it's only going to continue to grow because we got Wolverine coming, Spider-Man 2 coming. You need a PlayStation 5, period. and everybody's gonna buy one. Also, PlayStation is already ahead right now. Xbox is at 12 million sold, PlayStation 5 is at 18 million sold. That's 6 million gap, and they came out like a couple of days apart. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what we say or how we feel, you always got to deal with facts, and these are those facts. These are the facts right here. People are voting with their wallets, and they choosing PlayStation over everything as always. So that's that. Now, the next thing that Sony, that people would say Sony need to do, here's what thing that I would say that they need to do. Me personally, especially in light of this deal, they need to make sure, and I've been saying this for years, they need to make sure that every genre is taken care of from an exclusive standpoint. I'll give you an example of what I mean. If you look at fighting games, Sony need to make sure that they got fighting games that's only on PlayStation. And we've seen that. You know, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, and others to come. And they also championing the fighting game community. They brought Evo. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one. Two, horror game. You're going to need a horror game that's exclusive to you. A multiplayer, a AAA multiplayer game like the SOCOM and stuff like that. They're going to need an exclusive title in every genre. So if Call of Duty's over there, that's great. We got a first-person shooter over here that's just as good or better. And it's exclusive because we made it. You understand what I'm saying? So you could have it where people will build it and then a company will go buy it. Or you could build it internally yourself, own it, and get more out of it over time. That's what Sony has always done. They tried and true, and the results speak for itself. So Sony just has to keep being Sony and add on with PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, how that's being rolled up with services. That's all they got to continue to do, and that's it. It'll be good.
Jim Jones wants a one-on-one versus with Jadakiss. What are your thoughts on this, and should Jadakiss accept the challenge?
Yo, this already happened. Jadakiss single-handedly beat the whole Locks with like one freestyle. It's over. Like give it up. Like the Locks beat Dipset. Jadakiss will destroy the Dipset by himself. He already did it. Jim Jones, like, to just keep it real, like, you my man, like, we know you a legend, we get it. But you're not ready for Jadakiss, man. Like, bar for bar, verse for verse, song for song, nah. Like, if I was Jadakiss, I wouldn't accept the challenge because there is none. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to accept here. Like, that's one. Two, whatever you wanted to prove, you could have proved it at Madison Square Garden when y'all was battling. Like, your opportunity was there. That was, you know what I'm saying? There's no do-over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you lost, and that's it. Like, Jadakiss top 5, Dead or Alive, and that's just off one LP. Period. So, on that note, Jadakiss, man. Kiss of death. It's over. We out of here, man. I don't even know why that was a question.
Yo, what's up, It's the one and only Furious Hip-Hop Gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G AMD. What a show so far. So first off, this is how we're gonna do it. Shout out to my man Sam in the building, Mastermind in the building, Misfit in the building. I see you. Shout out to my man Wood. Shout out to Crystal in the building. Much love to all of y'all. Drop your city in the chat too so I can shout you out and show you love. You know what I'm saying? Now look, please let me know what y'all think about the Q&A earlier. You know, dealing with the major news with Xbox and Activision. We still got more to talk about. Obviously, I'm about to play some Call of Duty. You know, Modern Warfare Remastered just for the fun of it. You know what I'm saying? And right after this, I got a major interview with the CEO of FUBU. You know what I'm saying? 1/4 of the team. You know what I mean? My man Keith Perrin is in the building. And he has the information that I got for y'all today on that interview. crazy. You know what I'm saying? So one love, God bless. Let's get up in this Call of Duty and let's keep this conversation going. Let's get it, baby. Let me know if everything look good and sound good too. All right, let's get it going. I will not be offended. Yes, ask me again. Continue. All right, let's go, baby. Playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on PC, Xbox Series X controller. Let's get it. Chariot is in the building. Salute. I see you, baby. Miss K is in the building. What's going on, Miss K? Yo, Miss K, what's your favorite gun? Brandon Johnson, the 305. I see you. Walter, what's up? No, PlayStation don't got, listen, PlayStation don't got nothing to worry about. PlayStation just got to keep doing what they're doing and make sure their service that's coming out is incredible and they're good. Remember, like Spider-Man 2 about to drop, Wolverine about to drop, God of War, Horizon, like Ghost of Tsushima 2. Are you kidding me? And the stuff that's coming back that y'all don't even know about yet, and the other deals that's done, I'm telling you. So Sony different. Alfonso is in the building. Seattle, I see you. You know what's up.
Blood on their hands.
Miss KO, you like the SIGs? Okay. Find out. I'm glad I know you and we cool. I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. Yo, Spike Razor's in the building. What's up, Spike? Yeah, I wish the multiplayer was in the remastered version too, bro. Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, dang, I wish it was there. Yeah, I should have started this before. I forgot how long it takes to get started into the thing. All right, 5 years later, let's go. Futuristic, salute, what's up, baby? Go.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Boundaries shift, new players step in.
Yes, I am,
Always
Wood.
finds a place to rest its head. We fought and bled alongside the Russians. We should have known they'd hate us for it.
Yo, does everything look good and sound
History
good on
is
y'all
written
end
by
as
the
well?
victor. And here I am thinking we'd won.
Gabby Rod in the building. What's up,
But
G?
you bring down one enemy and they find someone even worse to replace him.
Yo, facts, Mike. Nathan Drake
Locations
next week,
change.
son.
The rationale, the objective. Yesterday's enemies are today's recruits. Train them to fight alongside you.
All right, cool,
and
perfect.
pray
Thank
they
y'all.
don't eventually decide to hate you for it too.
Well, in terms of Sony getting Square, let's just keep it a buck. Like, Sony got Final Fantasy, they got fighting games, they got mad stuff. Like, it's crazy right now.
Same shit, different day. You know what I'm looking for, Sergeant Foley. Keep your eyes open.
Got a new batch hitting the pit today, sir. I'll send you the best I find.
All right, let's get it. Furia Esports, Fatal Fury is going down, son. And like I said, after this level, I got my man Keith Perrin, CEO of FUBU, on the show today, right after this.
Welcome to Pull the Trigger 101. Private Allen here is going to do a quick weapons demonstration.
All right, so real quick, what I'm gonna do, go to the graphics, and I'm gonna, because we streaming, I'm gonna turn one of the joints down.
To show you locals how it's done. No offense, but I see a lot of you guys firing from the hip and spraying bullets all over the range. You don't end up hitting the damn thing, and it makes you look like an ass. Private Allen, show them what I'm talking about. Grab that weapon off the table and fire at the targets behind you. Turn around and fire at the targets. Don't aim at the sight yet. I'm trying to make a point here. Just fire from the hip. You You see what I mean? He sprayed bullets all over the damn place. You've got to pick your targets by aiming deliberately down your sights from a stable stance.
Keith David is the
Private
man, one of the best
Show
voice
our
actors.
friends here how the Rangers take down a target. Crouch first, then aim down your sight at the target. That's all there is
Let's
to
go.
it. You want your targets to go down? You gotta aim down your sights.
So, Lord.
Aiming down your sights also works for switching quickly between targets. Aim down your sights, then pop in and out to acquire new targets. Show him, Private. If your target is close to where you're aiming, you can snap to it quickly by aiming down your sights.
Go.
Now that's how you do it. You want to take down your targets quickly and with control. Now if your target is behind light cover, remember that certain weapons can penetrate and hit your target.
Walter, I
Private
think
here
so.
will
I think it was him. I ain't even paying attention right now. Oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I can shoot through the wood. I forgot.
Last but not least, you need to know how to toss a frag grenade. Private Allen, pick up some frag grenades from the table. Toss the grenade down the range to take out several targets at once.
Alright. Boom.
Good. Note that frags tend to roll on sloped surfaces. So think twice before tossing one uphill. All right. Thanks for the help, Private Allen. Now get over to the pit. General Shepard wants to see you run the course.
All right, we about to run that course.
All right. Who wants to go first? Show me what you've learned.
Yo, this is classic. Yo, I remember this like back in the day, yo, going to the pit. The Desert Eagle.
Hey, Private. Welcome back to the pit. Heard General Shepard wants to pull a shooter from our unit for some special op. Anyway, he's up there in observation. Okay, good. So you already got your sidearm. All right, try switching to your rifle.
Go, son. Yo, this is Modern Warfare. This is Modern Warfare 2.
Good. Now switch to your sidearm again. You see how fast that was? Remember, switching to your pistol's always faster than reloading. Well, smile for the cameras and don't miss. Shepard's gonna be watching. The best shooter gets to join the Prima Donna squad, if that's your thing. Okay, head on in. Timer starts as soon as the first target pops.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I forgot. Dang, I messed up, man.
You looked okay out there, but you still need some work. Okay, head upstairs and regroup with your team, or you can go back in.
All Hunter units, get to your victors. We're headed out.
All right, let's go. Classic, son.
Everyone get to your vehicles. We're moving out.
This is classic. I love Call of Duty, son. This one is dope. Crystal, you say you can't play this game? Why you can't play Call of Duty?
We are the most powerful military force in the history of man. Every fight is our fight. Because what happens over here matters over there.
Yeah, I'm on
We don't
PC,
get to
Walter.
sit one out. Learning to use the tools of modern warfare is the difference between the prospering of
Yo,
your
say Tom
people
of Father in the
and
building. I
utter
see you say
destruction.
Teasy. Let's get it.
We can't give you freedom, but we can give you the know-how to acquire it. And that, my friends, is worth more than a whole army.
You for
base
real?
of
Yo,
steel.
Wood, the FPS
Sure,
games
it
is
matters
fire.
who's got the
son.
biggest stick, but it matters a hell of a lot more.
Yeah,
who's
man, you gotta try to
swinging.
get involved, son.
This is a time for heroes, a time for legends. History is
General
written by
Shepard.
the victors. Let's get to work.
All right, let's go. Team player. RPG! Oh, let's go, baby. Love this game, son.
Get
Dang.
up, Private Allen. Rangers lead the way. Move.
Keep up the pressure on those RPG teams. If that bridge layer gets hit, we're swimming, whoop. Allen, switch to M203.
Warlord, this is Hunter 2-1, requesting airstrike to grid 252.
Oh, shoot.
Target is a white 12-story apartment building. Over.
Drop the rounds them across the river.
Hunter 2-1, this is Warlord. Solid copy.
That was disrespectful, son.
Devil 1-1, flight of 2 F-15s online. Stand by for relay. Hunter 2-1, this is Devil 1-1, flight of 2 F-15s. Time on station 15 mics. Holding at 3 Sierra Northwest. Holding area nice. Carrying 2 J-dams and 2 horns. Over.
On the bridge, and attack high. Multiple targets, take them out.
Standing by. Devil 1-1, target is a white 12-story apartment building.
Got him.
Grid 252171. I need you to level that building. How copy over? Solid copy, Hunter 2-1. Rolling in now. Target
They're
acquired.
retreating, keep hitting them.
All right, let's go. I thought we could go in here.
Bridge complete. Cross the mic, move out. We're moving out. Get your ass back in the vehicle. Move it. Mount up, move out.
All right, let's go.
Which building is it, sir?
It's that tall one at 1 o'clock.
Hey, which building?
The one at 1 o'clock. Hey, Dave, which one is it? Is it the one on the left or the right?
The one on the left.
Hey, isn't this danger close for the task force? Come on, since when does Shepard care about the
Let's go. Yo, Big Cloud is in the building. What's going on, baby? One love and God bless, son. How you feeling, dog? Yo, that deal was crazy, right?
Hunter 2, breaking away.
Copy, Hunter 2.
Oh, wow.
Keep
Get
an
it.
eye out for civvies. We're not clear to engage unless they fire first. Scan the rooftops for hostiles. Stay frosty.
Let's go. Stay frosty. I'm flossing.
This place is dead.
Overlord. Hunter 2-1. We're passing tunnel Harvey.
Yo, Nas NFT with those 2 songs. That's crazy, man. You investing in the royalties that you get back. That's crazy. It's like you getting,
All right, stay frosty.
because you invested in him,
This is the Wild West.
you're gonna get what he get. That's dope. I actually have an NFT
Watch
being
those
created
hours.
as we speak.
Cover it.
I can't talk too much about it, but it's coming. My belt and my chain.
3-foot mobiles. Balcony
Tell me.
12 o'clock. Probable militia.
It's gonna be crazy.
Are they armed? Negative. They're just watching us.
I bet they're
Yeah,
scalpers.
Warzone is dope.
But that don't mean we can shoot him.
Can you see him? Can you see him?
I don't see Jack.
All Hunter victims.
Oh, yeah, Mastermind.
Sergeant Foley.
Telling you.
Prepare to engage. We're taking sniper fire from multiple directions.
Speed him up!
We got a ton of contacts front and back.
Go. Oh, wow. Let's go. Dude, but the action in here is crazy. Got him. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Wait, hold up. Yo. Wow. Yo, I'm about to die. Oh, dang, I shot my man up by accident. Yo, Lily, what's going on, Lily? What's poppin'? Hurry up. Gotta love focus.
Is everyone all right?
They're moving around upstairs.
Get a flashbang in there. Get the hell away from those windows and secure the top floor. Move!
This is crazy, son.
We're in the school. Heavy resistance.
Copy that, Hunter 2-1.
Woo!
History class now.
Hunter 2-1, this is Hunter 2-3.
Ah, where you going? Where you going?
We're leaving over.
Roger
This
that.
is crazy, y'all.
Roger that, 2-3.
What's up, Javon? What's poppin'? Oh. Are you kidding me? Oh, run!
Contact, you're 1 o'clock.
I think I saw one run into that classroom. Moving.
Clear!
Hunter 2-1 actual to Overlord.
Hunter 2-1 actual, this is Overlord. Send traffic.
The school is secure and hostiles are withdrawing from the area. We're just mopping up now.
Solid copy, Hunter 2-1 actual. Proceed with caution to the rally point. EPWs may still be in the area, over.
Roger that, Overlord. Thanks for the tip. Out. Squad! Watch for enemy stragglers! Let's get to the rally point!
Go. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Go back. Go back. Got him.
Use my helicopter. Gentlemen, good work on taking the town. Private Allen, you'll be
This is
taking
crazy,
orders from me
y'all.
from now on. I'll brief you on the chopper. Let's go.
Battalion is Oscar Mike!
Sony don't need the money to buy a Rockstar or nothing. Like Sony is doing what Sony needs to do. That's why they #1, even after this deal. But yeah, facts, Cherry. It's getting serious out here in these gaming streets, son. You know what I mean? Spitting that bread. It's crazy right now. OG Sykes in the building. Salute. What's up, baby?
So how do I look?
Like one of the bad guys. Perfect for your undercover assignment.
So Makarov is the prize.
Makarov's no
Now,
prize.
yo, Han, I'm
He's a
playing on
whore,
PC. I'm using the
mad
Xbox
dog
controller,
killer for the
but I'm playing on
highest
PC,
bidder.
son.
Just remember your new identity. It'll keep you alive. Welcome to the 141.
Frank E.
Best
I see you,
handpicked
Frank.
group of warriors on the
God
planet.
bless, man. How you doing? How's the family, son?
When do I meet the rest of the team?
They're on a mission recovering a downed ACS module behind enemy
If
lines.
Microsoft was the person to take two,
Their feet wet?
Imagine they're just about freezing.
Grand
right
Theft
now.
Auto 2K. That'd be out of this world. Like that'd be next level. I remember this level, yo.
Break's over, Roach. Let's go.
All right, y'all. So, like I told y'all before, I got a special interview with my man Keith Perrin. He's the CEO of FUBU. All right, I'm telling you, this is major right here. So enjoy the interview. And if you miss me talking about the Xbox Activision acquisition, you can rewind it back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But I hope y'all enjoy the show. Hope y'all enjoy the content. Now I present to y'all my man, my homie, CEO of FUBU, one of the biggest entrepreneurs out there in entertainment overall, period. My man, Keith Perrin. Let's go. Yo, what's up, what's up? It's the one and only hip-hop gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G AMD. Listen to me. Listen to me when I tell you. For real, it's not every day you get a chance to have a legend in the building with you, talking with you. You know what I'm saying? But this is beyond just the word legendary. This person is a trendsetter. This person is a pioneer. This person has impacted hip-hop culture and culture overall within the space of entertainment at the highest scale, at the highest level ever. I bring to you the infamous, the one, the only FUBU in the building, Keith Perrin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, baby? Oh my gosh.
I'm good and blessed, man. Blessed.
Yo, bro, it's an honor to have you here, and let's get right into it, man. 1992, you know, the birth of FUBU, but I was reading up on this, and I believe in 1989 at Damon John's house, y'all started out with just hats. If I'm saying this correctly. So my question to you is, what was those times like? Just that time, that era, and just the humble beginnings. What was that time like where you was trying to create something and you know you get a lot of no's before you get some yeses? You know what I mean? What was that time like? Yeah, what was that time like? Because it takes a certain level of character to be able to persevere and push through. So what was those times like, if you could share, man?
Man, let me tell you. You know, it was crazy because Damon came up with the idea. He had saw this hat, this little tie top hat that he liked, and he wanted to, you know, duplicate it because he liked it so much. I personally hated the hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fitted, you know, cap type of person. I'm not doing no, you know, sleeve hanging down with the tie top on it. I'm not doing all of that. But you know, when he came to us with the idea, you know, we helped them get like just the models in the beginning. We tried to get models. It was my sister, it was Carl's brother, you know, to model for the first ad. And that's an ad that I don't think too many people saw. But the following ad after that was the LL Cool J ad. But back then, man, it was, you know, people always say, I'm gonna just take you here to the present to take you back. People always say, yo, if you guys would have had social media back then, you would have been the bomb. And I don't necessarily agree, you know what I'm saying, with that, because I feel like social media is like cancel culture. You know, you get one person on it to say something about you, you know, everything is down the tubes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If the followers follow, it's down the tubes. So back then, you know, it was that street marketing, it was that guerrilla marketing, it was get out, be at all the events, be at all the video shoots, be up in people's faces all the time. And, you know, we got told no a lot. You know, people just saw us hanging around the sets and was like, yo, what are these guys doing here? Like, who, you know, what are you talking about? This is FUBU. They'd be like, Fu who?
Oh,
What is that?
wow.
You know, because people didn't know about it. We were actually planting the seeds back then. So, but you know, the thing about us, man, we always associated ourselves with people who we knew in the game, and the person that we happen to know in the game is Damon's best friend, Hype Williams, one of Damon's friends, Hype Williams. Because I met Hype through Damon, you know what I mean? And Hype was so cool and down to earth that Hype would be like, listen, you know, we shooting this video over here. You know, and this is at the time when he was still working with Ralph McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? He was
Yeah,
still doing, you know, still working with Ralph McDaniels. And he would just give us, you know, a heads up. Yo, we doing Brand Nubian over here. We doing LL Cool J over here. We doing Boys the Men, or we, you know, whatever it was. And we would just go down there with, we must have had about 7 pieces. You know what I'm saying? But we would go down there with our pieces and just stand on video sets, maybe the entire video, and we may get a shirt in, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But in the beginning, a lot of people didn't know, you know, didn't really know about the brand. So it was hard.
So that now that leads me to my next question, and this is very interesting because what I want to do with this particular interview is I want to utilize this interview to also educate and inspire. That's what I'm all about, bro. And with your knowledge and your impact and what you're still doing today in 2022, yo, dog, it's immaculate, son. I'm keeping it straight real with you. Like, this is amazing to me. So it's an honor. Now let's jump. Let's go into this next phase. Now, the next phase I want to talk about, because you said something very interesting in terms of being on a set with Hype Williams and the importance of being there. Like, wherever you're trying to get to, you can talk about it, you can speak on it, whatever, but you have to be there to have a shot. You got to go there. So my question to you is, once you there, like once you get to the spaces, obviously you picking up on new knowledge, picking up on new information so you can implement it within your business model. What's some of the things that you picked up on information wise that you was able to utilize for a business to create the growth that we seen you know, back then, and how you would actually implement that in today's time?
Well, we were all on set back then, you know, and you know, if it wasn't me trying to get in somebody's ear, it was Damon. If it wasn't Damon, we was talking to Ralph or Hype or somebody trying to get one of the stylists to talk to the artist or whatever. But that job became primarily my main job. Was I was good with, you know, people. You know, I could walk up to you, chop it up with you, talk your language or whatever it is. And then I'm like a real person. I'm very humble. I'm not on some hostility, you know, crazy, you know, my head stuck in the air, none of that. So people always vibe with me. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to go there and get to know the artist. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do. Like, and I'll tell you a story later or after this, but a lot of people don't get to know the artist. They just go there and they just want to get their clothes on the artist. But you know, you may give the artist something he don't like. He may not wear those colors. He may not, you know, I know artists who don't wear button-ups, who don't wear polos. So if you bring them a polo and that's all you got, you're not getting placement. So what I figured out back then was to learn about the artist, study the artist, see what they like to wear, which in turn led us to, you know, being more successful down the road, because I would pick out the clothes based on the artist. You know, even a group like Jagged Edge, these are my guys, right? You know, they used to dress alike. So I was like, okay, I don't want to put them in the same thing because now they all got the same thing, but I'm from a business standpoint, I'm only selling that one look. But if I put this guy in this leather jacket, if I put them all in leather jackets, but different leather jackets, and I match the outfit up with the jacket, they all really look the same still, but they're not dressed exactly the same. So with doing that, that would allow me to sell this outfit, sell that outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get 4 outfits seen as opposed to dressing them all alike and getting 1 outfit seen. So I think just becoming involved in the process and doing your homework. Because we always say do your homework. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the process of doing your homework, knowing what the artist like, knowing what colors he like, having a conversation. Yo, bro, do you like, what colors don't you like? You know what I'm saying? What, I had even my man Trey the Truth. Trey would be like, yo, I need a 6X44. And I'm like, bro, you like a 3X38, man. What are you talking about? Like, nah, this is I don't wear nothing less than that. That's how I like to wear my clothes. Then you look back in the days and see some old pictures of Trey, he was always kind of like the same size he is now. Really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he would wear a 6X t-shirt. And I just couldn't believe it. But I knew that this is what he liked and this is what I had to give him. You know what I'm saying? Like Slim. Back then, Slim was like, yo, I don't just t-shirts. All I want is t-shirts. I don't want no polos. I don't want no button-ups. I want t-shirts. And you have to come with that look. If you don't come with that look, you're going to miss that opportunity.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So you know what's very interesting what you said. I say this a lot myself, but people got to understand the value of relationship capital. Like when you have real, genuine relationships, friendships, brotherhood, sisterhood, when you really have that, then the love and respect genuinely will allow the business to grow as well. Because yo, bro, listen, let me tell you, man. Shout out to Terry. You know what I'm saying? Beyond Crypto, say Tama, we outside. Like when Terry told me that, yo, Keith is my man, this and that, I gotta put y'all together. I was like, yo, stop lying. Like, don't lie to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like, I'm, losing my mind. So, and now we're here. And my thing is, and Terry will tell you, because he done came to the crib, we done broke bread, we done played basketball, we did everything. That right there is everything to me. Everything else is just a byproduct of what we can genuinely build relationship-wise in terms of who we are as people and the respect we got. So you already was doing this way back then, and that alone right there to me is the key to success in every area that you place yourself in. So that right there is genius. I love it. So moving on to the next question, and this right here is very important, man, because we've seen so many different stages of FUBU overall, you know what I'm saying? And now in present day, you got FUBU radio that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I know you got FUBU TV, all of these things, but there's something now. This is very important. My name is HipHopGamer for a reason. I got to spin a chain on that, all right? I'm serious. HipHopGamer for a reason. I don't see FUBU games. FUBU gaming, and I saw an interview where you had spoke on how like your son and the kids just doing so many things with the iPad and the tablets and all this other stuff. I gotta ask you, man, what is your thoughts with your expertise and your experience? What are your thoughts overall, just looking at gaming, esports, etc.? Like how you feel about the space, knowing the knowledge that you have and where you come from and what you've built already.
No, it's a huge space, man. It's a way to make a lot of money and be involved with a whole different demographic. But you got to understand with us, it's like we came from an era where we always try to create something new, So back then we were doing certain ads. It was like, remember how when Master P was doing the ads with all the glitter and all of that, and then next thing you know, everybody started doing it. So that was kind of like the same thing with us, because people would see us and like, they would be like, okay, well, FUBU's doing their ads like this, so we need to copy that because they're selling, And then we would look in, a Vibe magazine or one of the rap magazines and be like Source or whatever, and be like, damn, every ad looks alike. They're just copying our ads. So what we decided was we're gonna try to do things differently that other people are not doing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to tap into different markets. So we tapped into the BMX market. We try to tap into the skate market. we tapped into the NASCAR, Indy 500. We did that a couple of times, and we did we did things like how Iceberg came out.
Yeah.
Somebody approached us, one of the designers approached us about doing a collaboration with Fat Albert, and it wasn't with Bill Cosby back in the days and putting out a Fat Albert line. So we never thought of it, we thought about Iceberg. We were like, well, damn, we don't want to be Iceberg-ish. But,
Yeah.
When they did it, it was like, it just made sense. And we figured out, hey, this is a part of history that, we could just relive and tell the kids. And, this is something that we grew up on. So when we did the whole Platinum FUBU line, it was something that people wasn't doing. Like, you wasn't going to the Harlem Globetrotters to get the license from Harlem Globetrotters. Like, we went to the NBA and got the NBA license for all 29 teams at the time. And, we had, Nick leather jackets and Nick pull-away pants and velour suits. And, at a time when this is before they started wearing jerseys, right?
Right. Wow.
So people didn't understand. People, they wore obviously the sport jerseys that they wear to the games, but a cat walking down the street, like getting up and not going to a game, wasn't wearing the jersey. And then after that, it was like we were too early. You know what I'm saying? We were too early with that.
That's
so by the time that license was over in like 2 years, then everybody started wearing. Hold on one second.
Oh yeah, about to say, yeah, you went away for a second. Yo, this is so interesting because I never thought about the concept of being too early. But it makes sense. Go ahead.
We were too early. We started to go into the license with the NBA prior to everybody walking around with sportswear. So they didn't really get it. They were either buying, the official NBA gear at the time, because they couldn't figure out why FUBU said FUBU on the front, the Knicks on the back. Like they just didn't figure that out. But we were too early, so we missed the boat on that. But we try to do things that other people are not doing, and obviously we just got back in the game in 2016. We started trying to put this thing back together because everybody had kind of moved on and was doing different projects. As you said earlier, I was working on FUBU Radio, building that. My boy Jay's working on Force Bias Network, and then Carl is working on building our FUBU real estate. So we looking into different hotels and stuff like that. So we were like, okay, we did the clothes thing. Let's move on to something bigger and better and just expand the brand. And then the clothing took off again. So with the clothing taking off, is like, okay, let us get our feet wet with the clothing. You know what I'm saying? We were already doing the radio, so that kind of in the TV, so that kind of just went along with the clothing. And then once we get to a certain point, we'll step out and start doing different things, such as NFTs and gaming and things like that, because that's just some of the things we're looking into now. You know what I mean? So it's not. I'm not saying we're not going to do it. It's just we got to get our feet wet with the clothing first and build the brand back up. And a lot of people think, because when we first started, people were like, well, you guys already, you were already super successful, so all you got to do is drop it and people going to buy it. That's the biggest mistake anyone can ever make, because just because you were in a space at one time and you were successful at it, there's different people in that space now. So now you go back to that space and you think, oh, it's just going to jump out the window. It's not going to work like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the work. And that's one thing we always preach to everybody. Do the work. If you don't do the work, it's not going to happen.
Period. Yo, I love that.
It's not going to happen.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just keeping it real with you. Like, we got to talk like off camera. But I'm going to tell you, Keith, I'm keeping it real with you 100,000%. On the gaming side of the world and everything, I want in. Like, literally, this is what I do, and you're gonna know more about like what makes me me. But yo, FUBU is, look, my name is Hip Hop Gamer. FUBU is the culture. It's the heartbeat of this, in my opinion, honestly. So it'll be an honor to see what we could do in that space.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Right. But we
you might be able to put us. You might be able to put us in the mix. You know what I'm saying? The right way.
Oh, it's not a might.
A lot of times what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
a
a
lot of
mic.
times what we do is we try to surround ourselves with people who have more experience than us in that space. You know,
Gotcha.
I was talking to one of my partners and I was like, you know, you I'm not saying not to read and not to study and not trying to do all of that, because that is a part of doing the work. But if you're on one lane and you trying to master that one lane, you cannot just put on a brakes and then go take a pause and try to learn this whole other thing and then kind of put that in effect and then come back to this. You just have to put the right person in play that you trust and that you value, that can take you, the right down the right path. And you put that person in that space. And then that person will have the knowledge and will come back to you and say, yo, this is what's going on. He's almost like on the job training. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's telling
Yep.
you exactly what's going on at that particular moment, rather than you sitting down, taking a class or going to school or doing all this other stuff, trying to learn it, because then you have other things that are suffering. And if you're not on your business 110%, it's going to take you longer to complete your goals, So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now I gotta ask you this, man, if you could share with me, but what's some of your favorite artists that you got a chance to work with, and some artists that wasn't the nicest or wasn't the coolest to work with, but between both you was able to learn more about your business model and how you was going about things overall with the FUBU line. I think that's very interesting. I think fans would be intrigued about how to move, when it comes to those things. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
like
I'm trying to figure out the unpleasant ones. I could definitely tell you off top the guys that really became family, and I want to give a big shout out, to Fredro Star Onyx. You know
oh,
what I'm saying?
Fredro Star. Yo, I just had listen, real
Yo,
true story. I just
I
had
know, I
Fredro.
saw it.
Oh, you saw it? Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
saw it.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it's crazy because I saw it before you contacted me, and I'm like seeing you spinning the chain and shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? I'm looking at it like, what the hell? So yeah, Fredro Star and them, you know, I always give them credit, and these are the people I'm going. The first three people I'm gonna tell you about
Yeah.
are the people that really helped us get in this game. Um, Brand Nubians, because Brand Nubians was the first one to put it in their video, right?
Wow.
After Brand Nubians, Miss Jones and Moni Love video. Miss Jones wore it in the video, her and Moni wore it. That was the second video we was in, and then I remember Fredro Star calling us up one day and was like, yo, I'm shooting this New York undercover piece, TV show, and I'm gonna come by the crib and grab some stuff. I was like, all right, cool. So he came by, we gave him a bunch of shirts. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get it placed. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna wear it. So he wore it, and he got and at the time he wore it, we were going back and forth trying to get these deals, for the brand, and we couldn't. Nobody was really biting on it. It was a lot of money. Nobody was really biting. And then right before he did it, we started having a gang of people call us and was like, "Hey, we offer you 10 million to do this, and we'll offer you how much you need, $20 million. Just come down to New York, and we will, come up to the city, and we'll make it happen." So, us being four cats from the hood, be like, man, anybody offer you no $20 million over no phone? Like that don't even sound right,
They don't.
So one of the people that we had a meeting with worked for Samsung, and he, we went down, Damon went down to meet him. He looked at it, he's like, okay, it looks good, but didn't really get back to us. Fredro came like a week after, wore that on the show, and then I want to say about 2 to 3 weeks after that, it popped up and he got killed in the shirt. So that gave us our first national TV, not being a video
Yeah.
moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after that, we got the call back from Samsung, and they was like, listen, we see you guys still out there doing your thing. Won't you come back down and meet with us again? We went down and met with him again, and then the rest is history. So them three right there, I always give kudos to, and I always give they flowers because they all still here. And I want everybody to know that they helped us tremendously. You know what I'm saying? And not knowing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I got to give a shout out to my boy Nelly. He supported us. Bun B's a big, big like our big brother, you know what I'm saying? Slim Thug, you know, I want to shout out DJ Screw. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ Screw was wearing it in Texas, like everywhere. He was the FUBU guy. You know what I mean? When I was down there in first meeting him. But you have a lot of artists, man. It's so many to name. You know, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson. Like, you know, there's so many people that wore the brand. You know what I mean? So, if I could think of anybody that was real, I don't know, man. I can't say, you know, because I got a good relationship with a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the reason why I posed the question is because a lot of times, even in negative situations, there's a lot of positive that can come out of negative situations. And a lot of times somebody can approach you negatively. It doesn't mean you have to have the same negative energy towards. There's always learning experience, and you're always being tested. Because when you're on the right path and you know, doing your best, putting God first, whatever it is that you do, you're always going to be tested so you can remain that way for growth. So that's why I posed that question, because a lot of times it's very easy for us, especially coming from the hood and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you know, but I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like the moment somebody do you wrong, say something or the energy ain't right, you know, automatically you already pop off, but we all know where that leads to. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So my thing is, there's got to be a better way, and you got to come to the point of being a bigger person. And someone such as yourself, who's a legend, a lot of people will be inspired to learn from on how to handle the negative situations. Because in this day and age with social media, the negativity flies so much that it's so easy to consume, and a lot of people get paid off of negativity, even if they don't want to be negative. Is a bag in it. So it's like, that's why I asked you that.
No, I was gonna say, I have read Russell Simmons' book. He did a book. I don't remember the title of it now, but he did a book, and in his book, he said, you know, he was doing this deal with a guy for $75,000, and the guy jerked him out of the money. You know, it was basically, you know, went around him after he put everything together. So Russell was like, yeah, you know, I could have not worked with the person again, and you know, and cursed him out and did all kind of things, and you know, but I would still be out of my $75,000. He said, so what I did was I set up another deal with him, and instead of charging him $75,000, I charged him $150,000. So not only did I gain 75, I got the 75 that he jerked me for too. And to me, that always stuck with me, because it's like, you know, I work with, you know, all kind of people. We got white folks, we got black folks, we have, you know, Asians, we have Indian people work for us. I mean, every culture that you can imagine, we have working for us. And I would see, like, my Jewish friends and partners, I would see them, you know, curse each other out, you know, sit up in there and be calling them all kind of names, and I'm like, oh, this is going south real quick. You know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be a good deal for them. It's going south. But what did they do? They waited a couple of hours, picked up the phone, and said, yo, let's just get this goddamn deal done. and got the deal and get the deal done. Whereas, you know, us, you know, like you said, it's like, oh, you jerked me, it's on, kid. You know, it's more of a take it to the streets, and sometimes it don't really have to be about that. It's just thinking smarter, you know what I'm saying? Thinking wiser and being the better person. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. That's why I posed the question, because I think, you know how it is. You could tell somebody something, but somebody else could say the same thing you said, but depending on who it come from, it could be received differently or presented differently, or just a matter of sheer, you know, respect for certain people. They may be more willing to be receptive to the truth of the matter. And that's why I always do that, because that's one of the biggest problems that I see, period, in the community. The level the level of ego and all these other things. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't really understand what the true strength is. Like, one of the true strengths that we have is, if you're in a position of power and you know you can destroy and do certain things, but you choose not to, you choose to, even in that situation, find ways to be uplifting and positive, even when you have the opportunity to destroy whatever. To being able to hold that back is so much power in that, and you regain your strength. So yeah, man, yo, I love talking to you, man. You're incredible, bro. I just want to tell you that, man. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Listen, man, we done so much stuff, man. Like, right now, I said to myself this year, we're trying to put out this documentary. I said, you know what? People, I don't understand if people really understand what it took for us to be where we were at and how to get to that point, and the stuff that we had to deal with, the stuff that we had to endure, the different shiesty people we had to go through and come in our lives. So I said to myself, I'm gonna write down every incident that I can think about, and I'm gonna write it down, and I'm gonna do a video on it. And it's all of it's gonna have, what we went through, but it's gonna be a message in it. You know what I'm saying? About
Yeah.
how to deal with it and how to get over it. Because, like you said, man, it's a lot going on out here today, especially with social media. You just got to be on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed, man. This is, I woke up this year. We 30 years in the game right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
So I'm just blessed, bro.
Clap it up for that. 30 years
I'm
in the
blessed,
game,
man.
son. So
I'm
now,
blessed, man.
now because you
And we
said
got
30,
a lot of stuff going on at the same time too.
and now
A lot
because
of
you
stuff.
said 30 years in the game, I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring the gaming back up. I gotta ask you, man, PlayStation or Xbox? What we doing?
Oh,
Like
PlayStation all day.
PlayStation all day,
PlayStation
son.
all day.
No word,
PlayStation
no
all
doubt.
day.
Yo, so
You know,
I
it's
gotta
funny,
smoke you in one of these games. Like I need to know what game you good at. So let's talk.
bro. That's why when you told me about this interview, I was like, man, I saw what you was doing with Fredro and them. I was like, man, I haven't played a game in so long. Because you know why? I got to a point where I was feeling like I was addicted. And I was getting like, I would be sitting in the house for like 6-8 hours a day playing video games. And I've always been the productive type of person. So I feel like if I got 8 hours to play video games, maybe I could chop that up and play video games for 4 hours and give something else 4 hours. And then that's what I started to do. And then before you know it, I think when the game started coming out and it had too many moves and things with the fingers, I said, yo, listen, man, I gotta sit here and read all of this. Then I get my little cousins, they sit here, oh, do the up, down, to the side. And I was like, man, how do you remember all of this, man? Like I'm fried right now. I can't remember all of this stuff, man. But I was really a basketball, NFL, Madden type of person. I used to buy the Madden and I bought boxing, and I think then one time I bought some yoga, which I thought was kind of weird, but then I tried to do it and it was like really relaxing. I was like, wow, this is cool. But yeah, I haven't, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's been since like I want to say like 2012, bro. It's been like 9-10 years.
Like 10
I haven't even
years?
picked up.
Oh
Yeah,
no, we
I
gotta
haven't
change
even
that.
picked up.
We gotta change that. Whether you come to Hot 97 or I go to your office, like however we do it, we gotta get back up. People will go crazy to see you play a game. What?
I play you, but you gonna have me on smash. Like you gonna be smashing me, talking mad shit. I already know.
Yo, no, not matter of fact, I have a dope idea. I'll tell you off camera. I have a dope idea, but all I know is the sharks could be involved to see a real battle. I mean, imagine people getting a chance to see, you go against Carl in Mortal Kombat, or you and Damon battling in Mortal Kombat. Just seeing y'all do that, yo, dog, it'd be crazy, and everybody would talk about it. It's going to be fun. But like, there's a lot more I want to talk to you about. One thing I want to ask you is this. I'm not sure if you've been following or been aware of esports and stuff like that, which is a division of the gaming industry overall. But I'm officially signed with Furia Esports. As you see on my hat, this is the Panther logo of Furia. And beyond just being an esports organization, like we are like a company overall. Like, it's not just esports. Like we got battle rappers, we got UFC fighters, chess players, NASCAR drivers, like all a part of Furia. And we do a lot of community work as well. So this is definitely something I want to bring to your attention as well. And like, yeah, man, Furia Esports. I would love.
Let's tap in, man, because I'm trying to get the radio station involved in a lot of different community projects. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's putting the information out there, whether it's trying to gather the people to get there, or whatever, or just letting the people know that it's out there. Because that's one of the things that I do with FUBU Radio. Even me and my business partner Demetrius, helped me create the FUBU Radio brand. But that's one thing that we always said, we want to be we want to take the same concept that we did with FUBU and kind of apply it to the radio station. But in doing that, it's bigger. You know, with FUBU, we just listen to people. We listen to our consumers to see what they want, to see what they was looking for. Oh, if you guys bought, you know, if you guys design suits and, you know, I wear suits because I wear suits to work and that's all I wear to work, then that's how we created our suit division. But with the radio station, it's like I spotlight young businesses, I spotlight, you know, people who will never really get spotlighted on a major radio station. I definitely keep the listeners involved in what's going on, whether it's how to get PPP loans, whether grants, or just giving out the information so they can have it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, what I hate people who hold on to information. You know what I'm saying? Like they learn about something and they don't want nobody else to know it, and they hold it. And it's like whatever passes on my plate that I can pass on to somebody else, I'm definitely gonna try to do it. And I used to be a property manager back in Harlem back in the days, right? So when I got promoted to property manager, my boss said, listen, let me tell you something. He from Brooklyn too, because he was like, yo, let me tell you something. He said, if you ever get a chance to reach back and lift another black man up the ladder, never hesitate to do so. And I was like, nah, I won't. You know what I'm saying? But that, for me, transcended to me making sure people had information, if I could help them out, if I could do, you know what I'm saying, whatever I could do for them within the scope, you know, reality, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, of course.
I always give back. I always try to give knowledge. I always try to make sure somebody, and then cats be like, yo, how much you charging? I'm like, man, that's you, that's for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take that, run with it, go do your homework and figure it out. You know what I mean? But I want to give you the knowledge. So as long as you got the knowledge, you can figure it out. But yeah, so you know, you definitely got to reach back and make sure you know you educate the next person. But that's what we try to do with the radio station, is just give that information out and you know, and do things like that for the community and keep them involved.
So what I would love to do, I got two more questions for you, bro, and I know, and we wrap it up. I know like you're extremely busy, so once again, I thank you for your time, man. My next question, and I like to ask people this question like overall, and I love what you're doing with the radio station. We're gonna talk even more about that because I love the concept of having everybody, you know, get a shot that's deserving of it and letting it be more talent driven as opposed to just being broad and just anybody can do anything.
It could
You know
be
what I
a
mean?
local business. It could be a local
Yeah.
business in my hood. Like one of my boys out here, he owns 100 suits in South Jamaica, and he does good things for the community, feeds the seniors. He does, and I support him 100%.
Yeah, I'm familiar with 100 suits too. I'm familiar.
Yeah, every event he invite me to, or if I got to speak at, or he need me to be there, I'm there. And it's just because
Wow.
of what he's doing in my community. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
got to support. I got to give back.
That's incredible, man. I love this, man. That's what I'm talking about, son. So the next question I had, I like to ask people this is, what was a moment in your life when you felt like you was at your lowest and things couldn't get any worse, but you managed to find strength in that moment that allowed you to be successful today?
So I'm about to put you on. I don't think too many people know this, especially publicly. But I did I think it was around 2011, 2010, somewhere around there. The company was, you know, was not doing what it was doing before. We was, you know, still making a couple dollars, but it wasn't really making no real money. To, you know, basically provide a living for us. You know what I'm saying? It was able to keep the doors open, but it wasn't really doing anything major. And I think I got stuck. You know, you get stuck in this who you was type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't doing FUBU no more. I was like, well, damn, what am I gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't go out and just work a regular job, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I could do some consulting, maybe I could do this and do that. And I started doing that, but the money wasn't coming in fast enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. So it just, like one night, man, I just broke down, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I broke down, man, damn near committed suicide, bro, because I just felt like I was losing everything. And I was just at my wit's end, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't know how I got there. I know I was depressed, and you know, with us, we don't talk about it. We just try to go through it and figure it out. And I probably needed to talk to somebody about it, but I never did. And one day I tried to commit suicide. My wife came in there and caught me and was like, I don't even know how she caught me, bro, because it was like in the middle of the night. I tried to get up and just sneak do it and shit. She was like, and she never gets up. And she went over and was like, she came in the room and was like, nah, baby, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, yo, you smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you smart. I know you hella intelligent. Like, you know, you gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? Just figure it out. You're gonna get back. But please don't do this. Don't do this to your mother. Don't do this to your grandmother. You know, you don't know what's going on. Don't do this to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't know what, you know, this effect is gonna have on us. And, you know, so I didn't do it. And then I had to figure out like what was the problem. Because Dame used to always be like, yo, you a smart individual, my brother, but you in your own way. And I couldn't figure out why he kept telling me this. And he told me this over a period of maybe about 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
He would always say it every other year or every year. He would say, "No, man." And then it was always because of a situation of how I reacted. But I never thought about it like that because I wasn't thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
one day I just said, you know what? Let me take a step out of, you know, myself and look at me and see what it is that I do and how I react, how I handle situations. And I just started breaking down different situations. And I was like, man, you know what? I know what it is. It's my
Mm.
ego and it's my pride that won't
Mm.
let me let go of who I was. I need to rebuild myself, but I can't rebuild myself on an old, you know, image or personality. I have to create a new me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And once I did that, bro, like my whole world turned around, man. Like, you know, a couple of years later, I started working on FUBU Radio. That shit started to take off, and you know, everything that I was doing, I was handling situations differently. I was responding to situations differently. You know, I've been humble, so it wasn't about, you know, being humbled. It was just about me letting go of my pride and my ego of who I was. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Wow.
was Keith Perrin from FUBU, or I was one of the FUBU guys. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
now I wanted to build, you know, a new identity, Keith Perrin, the CEO of FUBU Radio. And this is my thing that I'm doing, that I put together, that I invested in. And I want to see this thing take off and build, you know? So I built a great team. I got a great team around me, man. And we've been rocking out for the last 7 years, man. So it's just a blessing because, you know, in that one instant, you know, if she wouldn't have walked in that room, I always say, damn, would I even be here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I thank God for just waking her up and putting her in my life and waking her up and making sure that she stopped that. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to go on and get back up. You know what I mean? Because
Bro.
it ain't about how many times you fall, you know, it's about how many times you get up. You know?
Yo, bro, once again, man, I had to clap it up for you, man. This is, yo, let me, I'm gonna just say this real quick before we get to the final question. You are the representation and the epitome of greatness. Want to know why?
Appreciate it.
Because when we was talking earlier, before we even got to this particular, you know, question and answer that I just gave you, you know, there was little dabs about the way you respond to certain people when I asked you about the artist that was good and the artist that may have been unpleasant that moment, and then the ego and the pride. There was little bits right there throughout this interview, and then it all came together. Somebody is gonna watch this. I don't care if it's one person that it reaches, at least it reaches someone, but somebody is gonna see this that's going through the very thing now that you was before, and it's
Yeah.
gonna change
Yeah.
their life. Like literally, bro, just listening to you just inspired me and just hit me even more. I thank you.
Because you know
Yeah, I
what,
thank you,
you
man.
look at it and you
Wow.
look at, you know, some of the older artists who were in the game, and you know, they're not in the game anymore. They, you know, they're way older, they're not rapping anymore. Or
Right.
you know, like a child actor who was really popular when he was young, he was, you know, on top of the world, and then now he can't get a job. It's something that you go through. And I always looked at it from the outside. I never thought it would happen to me. But when it happened to me, it's like going from being on top of the world to, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just
to
out there.
nothing,
You know
or
what I'm saying?
feeling like you're nothing.
Yeah, or feeling like you always gonna be something, but it's like feeling like you're not achieving anything anymore. And I was just putting too much pressure on myself because I'm really an overachiever. So when things just started going wrong, I was just like, wow, I just couldn't figure it out. And then once I got a grip on it, I was like, you know, I don't want to be. I will put it like this: I will always be Keith from FUBU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how do I build my next chapter in my life? And I think a lot of people go through that, and you know, it's a lot of situations, especially mental situations, that need to be discussed that sometimes don't get discussed, and then you see people, you know, whether it's somebody ODing on drugs and you know just depressed, and because you know being in the game, man, you get a lot of yes people around you, bro. And I used to keep a lot of those people away from me, but you get a lot of people who, you know, you think love you for you, you know, and at the end of the day, they love you for what you're doing and who you are. They don't really love you for you. You know what I mean? And
Nor do they take time out to get to know who you are, which is one of the things that you
yeah,
spoke about earlier in terms of
yeah.
getting to know the artist, so you know what to give them because you know them. Whew.
Like real quick, I'm gonna tell you because this is my first video I'm gonna do. We talk about hard work, right?
Right.
So I was in Def Jam office one day. So I'm dropping off some packages to my man up there. And I come out the door. So I'm walking to the elevator. Jay-Z standing right there.
Wow.
So I'm like, yo, literally, dog, like I fucks with every album he got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a huge fan. So the fan in me almost allowed me to fan out. You know what I'm saying? And I had to catch myself because he was talking to somebody and I was like, I'll see him another time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I go get in the elevator. I press the lobby. Next thing you know, I hear somebody go, "Yo, hold that! This can't be real.
Yo,
He's coming in the elevator. Yo, he's coming in the. Oh man, let me hold this door for this black man." So he came in the building. He came in the elevator, right? So I said, "So you know Jay, he from Brooklyn. Are you from Brooklyn? So you know how
Trust me, you know I know.
You know how New York is.
Yeah.
You know how New York is. We look at cats like, you know, you know, look like you doing all right, but you ain't really saying nothing, but you eyeing them. I could see him looking at me, and I'm like, you know, I said what's up to him when he came in, but I ain't really, you know, I ain't know what to say.
Yeah, no,
So
absolutely.
he just broke the ice. He was like, "Yo, man, how's business?" So I was like, "Okay, nigga know who I am." You know what I'm saying? Business is good, man. You know, it's a lot of hard work, though. You know, it's a lot of hard work, man. He looked, he put his head up, you know, kind of like
yeah, you know how Jay do.
Like,
yep.
He was like, "You know what? I prefer the hard work because when you don't have the hard work, when there's no more work to be done, you know, you're gonna wish you had that hard work." You know what I'm saying? He said, "So, you know, just handle it and do what you do." And he was like, you know, adapt each other up. And, you know, he left. So later on that night, we in the club in the VIP section. So these dudes was coming through the back door. And Memphis Bleak came back first. I don't really know Memphis. Like I see him, but we never really had like a one-on-one.
Right.
But some reason Tata, I don't know if it's some street shit or it's just some, you know, he see me, he just, you know, it's always some type of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So Tata came through and Tata got me up. So I was like, "Yo, what up, man? You good?" And he walked. And then somebody else came in, and then Jay came in. So Jay walked and he looked at us, you know, nodded, you know, he nodded at everybody, and he saw me, and then he got me up. So after he got me up, everybody was like, "Oh,
yo,
you know Jay-Z?" I'm like, "Yo, I just met him earlier." I was like, "Yo, I just met him earlier." Like, I met him like I was up in Def Jam and I met him. He was like, "Damn, he remembered you?" I was like, "We talked for a minute, bro. Like, we conversated for a hot second." So yeah, he knew who I was. So, you know, and
crazy.
I want to tell you, 6 months later, our office was like crickets. Like business fell off. This is like 2004-ish, 2005, 2004. And then business just fell off. There was no celebrities coming through. There was no buyers coming through. Like it was real slow. And you used to seeing like 4 to 5, 6, maybe 10 celebrities a week just walking in because they're in the city. to nobody coming in a week.
It's like, what happened?
I always so when I always go back to that story because I was trying to run from the hard work, but when the work wasn't hard no more, I wanted the hard work. You know what I'm saying? So that story always sticks. That story always sticks to my soul because it was like he was wise beyond his years. You know what I'm saying? He was schooling me on something that I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it also gives you purpose. It makes you feel like you're living instead of just existing. And what's so funny is, fun fact, just let you know, Keith, I worked in the mailroom from 2000 to 2016 at Def Jam, Universal, Rockefeller, all of them.
Wow.
I know Ty. I used to deliver mail to him every day. I know Ty. Jay-Z. Jay-Z helped me out with boxes before. He did not have to do this at all. Jay was just mad cool. Like, it was crazy.
He's a real dude, man. He's a real dude.
Yeah. Myth, Bleak, all of them. Like, literally, like every day, like at work, I'm delivering mail to everybody. Dame, like, DMX had Bloodline at the time, Ja Rule and Murder Inc. and all this other stuff. Like, I'm around it every single day, dog. It's crazy. So everything that you're saying, it's just so funny because it just took me back to my mailroom days, bro. Being around all of this and seeing them and the way they are, and it's just, you just get a whole different insight on who these people are that you actually are amazed by and you love their work and you're fans of. So that's incredible, man. And yo, Keith, to bring it all home. So with the a major question, man. Now, when it comes to FUBU Radio, and this is what you're doing now and stuff like that, this is 2022, just started, January. What goals do you have set in place right now for FUBU Radio and other adventures that you may be, looking to create and bring new life to? But in terms of right now with FUBU Radio, what's your goal, this year that you're trying to achieve? And if there's any help you need or things that you're looking for, bro, share it. We right here. Let's get it.
With FUBU Radio, I really don't. I don't want to say I don't set goals because I do, but it's just a continuous thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to get better and better, and I think for the first couple of years, we were trying to figure it out and try to get the right mixture of music and personalities. At this point, we got the right mixture. We just added K Fox is coming onto the station.
Wait, who? You said K Fox?
Yeah, K Fox is coming onto the station. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Shout out to K Fox. You got to spit a chain on that. You know what I'm saying? FUBU Radio, we outside, baby. Let's go. That's crazy. Go ahead.
On board with our own show, 5 days a week. So we're continuously building, man. And this year I added, last year I added PD, salesman. I got my salesman, my PD, social media woman that we got in place right now. Then I got my boy Chauncey Bell. He's he's working with me with the marketing on the marketing side. So and my PD, man, he just built a whole new system. He broke everything down to me and was like, this is how you do it. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. So he's giving me a lot of insight on how to just have the radio station rocking. And even through Christmas, man, we played Christmas songs all Christmas. A whole, like the week before Christmas, every song was a Christmas song.
Wow.
And the numbers went up, and the numbers were going way up. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Like, I'm just blessed, man, because I'm like, I just got the right people in the right place. And then my goals this year is to just really bring in, a lot of businesses that I can co-brand with, I can do business with. Now that everything sounds right, the music's right, the personality's right, everything is running right. I just want to get, because sometimes you always feel like it's not that time, or I got to do this, or it got to be perfect, and you know what I mean. And you never get to the
overthinking, wondering this, wondering that, instead of just going. So, I
just let my team do their thing, and we speak every week, and we build every week, and it's just progressively gotten better and better and better. I'm getting calls about, hey, your station sounds incredible. So those things to me are like my goals, just to hear people tell me, yo, your station sounds incredible. Because I want to be like one of those #1 stations that you turn on when you get in your car or you at work or whatever. I want you to, just how you might go to the Breakfast Club.
Yep.
I want you to go to FUBU Radio, because what we do at FUBU Radio, yeah, we'll play all the current stuff that you'll hear on the radio, but you won't hear it 55,000 times a day.
Right,
And
right,
you'll also hear, some of the old jams you like. So it's just a mixture of both. And we've been doing good, man. So I just want to get to that point where I start achieving some of these, these goals, as far as these benchmarks, I call them, because we really got there last year. So I'm excited to see what we do this year, and see where it goes, man. But like I said, just doing a lot of more co-branding with different companies and corporations, and getting involved with, because before it was like, spotlight the community, spotlight all these people. Now I'm going after the bigger artists, you know what I'm saying? The mainstream movie actors and stuff like that. So that's really my goal this year, is to get more, people involved on that tip, as opposed to just spotlighting, the community and the local people who are doing great things in the community.
Got it. Yo, this has been crazy. Like, yo, let me tell you, man, like, I'm truly humbled and honored. I get a chance to speak to so many different people. I have so many people who come through the show. This is one of the ones for me. Like, personally, this is one of those moments where I can sit up here and say, I had Keith, Perrin on the show, FUBU, the culture. I like, yo, this is big for me, man. I appreciate it. I hope y'all at home appreciated it. I hope the information that was spoken on warms your soul. Like, for real, like, this joint was crazy. So on that note, I'm telling y'all right now, it's the one and only Furious Hip Hop Gamer, the one and only Logitech G, the one and only AMD. On your hot 9-7 every day, that's my word. On the count of 3, I want us to say FUBU Radio together. You ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. FUBU Radio. Let's go. Fatal Furia, Furia Esports, and we are out of here.